10 years ago, on June 26, 2015, the world changed. The Supreme Court finally recognized that love is love, and marriage equality became the law of the land. For so long, so many were told their love didn't count. That day the answer was, yes, it does. It wasn't just a legal victory. It was a moment of dignity, security, and hope for millions. Think of the weddings, the anniversaries, the quiet moments of knowing your family is protected. This anniversary is about honoring the courage of those who fought for this right. But equality isn't a one-time win. It's a garden that needs tending. Obergefell v. Hodges planted the seeds. Now we see where they've bloomed and where more care is needed. So let's celebrate, but also ask, what's next? The world is brighter because of what happened 10 years ago. We've seen love win, families protected, and people stand proud. Let's raise a glass to a decade of progress and commit to making the next 10 years even better, because equality is powerful, but it's also fragile. Together, we can keep moving forward. Here's to love, laughter, and that little piece of paper that changed everything. Every historic moment starts with a personal story. Obergefell v. Hodges began with Jim Obergefell and his husband John Arthur, together for over 2 decades. When John became terminally ill, their final wish was simple: to be legally married. Ohio wouldn't recognize their marriage, so they flew to Maryland for a bittersweet ceremony on the tarmac. When John passed, Ohio refused to list Jim as his spouse on the death certificate. Jim fought back, not to be a hero, but to honor their love. His case, joined by others, reached the Supreme Court. It wasn't just about a piece of paper, it was about dignity and the right to marry who you love. In 2015, the court ruled in favor of equality. Justice Kennedy wrote, "The plaintiffs sought equal dignity in the eyes of the law. Jim was finally recognized as John's husband." Their love story changed the nation. Millions of Americans could now have their own love recognized. It all started with 2 people, and their courage. That's the heart of Obergefell. Love, honored at last. To mark this anniversary, there's a new interactive map of LGBTQ plus rights across the U.S. It's not just a map, it's a snapshot of progress and challenges state by state. Some states shine bright, embracing marriage equality and passing strong non-discrimination laws. Click on California or Massachusetts and you'll see stories of progress and inclusion, but other states show muted colors. Places where equality is still a struggle. In some, marriage is legal, but protections in jobs or housing are missing. The map reveals gaps, where rights change just by crossing a border. It's a powerful reminder, equality isn't the same everywhere. This tool makes the fight for equality real and urgent. It's not just about laws, it's about people's lives. The map is a call to action. Celebrate the victories, but see where work remains. The journey continues, state by state. The map also shows us where the promise of Obergefell remains unfulfilled. In some states, new laws create loopholes and exemptions that target LGBTQ+ people. So-called religious freedom laws are used to justify discrimination, denying cakes, flowers, even adoption to same-sex couples. Some agencies refuse to place children with loving families because of prejudice. Healthcare is another battleground, especially for transgender youth facing bans on gender-affirming care. These laws aren't about safety. They're about fear and exclusion. In over half the states, there are still no comprehensive protections against discrimination. You can get married in the morning and be fired or evicted in the afternoon. Obergefell was a leap forward, but the fight for full equality isn't over. Progress is patchy, and we can't get complacent. The road to dignity is long, but we walk it together. Every person deserves safety and respect everywhere. The work continues. For every struggle, there's hope, and some states are leading the way. States like Colorado and Nevada have passed strong non-discrimination laws and banned conversion therapy for minors. They make it easier for transgender and non-binary people to update documents affirming their identity. In places like Washington and Oregon, equality is woven into daily life. Schools teach LGBTQ+ history, cities fly the pride flag, businesses foster inclusion. These states show that progress is possible and happening now. Laws protect people and communities grow stronger and more compassionate. When we protect the vulnerable, everyone benefits. These beacons of hope create places where families thrive and kids feel safe to be themselves. They remind us the goal isn't just tolerance, but joyful celebration of diversity. Progress is real, and it's beautiful. These states light the way forward. Let's follow their lead. That's something worth celebrating. Obergefell v. Hodges was more than a legal decision. It was a cultural shift. It changed how we talk about love, family, and identity. Before 2015, LGBTQ+ relationships were often questioned, after dignity was affirmed. Now we see same-sex couples in TV shows, ads, and everyday life. This visibility matters. It tells young people they're not alone. Our families are seen as families, our love as love. The decision also opened doors for more legal protections in jobs and housing. Companies updated policies, expanded benefits, and created safer workplaces. But the biggest change was in our hearts. Obergefell gave millions permission to hope. Parents could dream of happy futures for their LGBTQ+ kids. Allies had a victory to celebrate and a reason to stand up. It didn't solve everything, but it bent the arc toward justice. The difference is real, and it's lasting. Love changed the world. 10 years later, we celebrate a decade of love, families protected, and dignity recognized. The legacy of Obergefell is written in millions of lives. But the fight for full equality isn't over. There are still battles in statehouses and hearts. We must keep fighting for our transgender community and for comprehensive protections everywhere. The journey continues, and it needs all of us. But today, let's focus on hope. Progress isn't always a straight line, but we keep moving forward. We've proven that kindness and courage can change the world. Take a moment to reflect on what these 10 years have meant. See how your state is doing, and ask what you can do to help. Maybe it's a conversation, volunteering, or simply being a beacon of love. The journey for dignity continues. But look how far we've come. The best is yet to come. Be kind to one another.